lot on the Switch. And actually, I'm ahead on the Switch now because I actually got a clear with all 3 characters, which allowed Ascension mode to really be fully unlocked, and was able to get Ascension 2 unlocked with the Silent. Now, on the PlayStation, I do not have a clear with the defects, so I'm going to be trying to do that today. Now, as a little bit of information about what I'm planning on doing tonight, I was playing on the Switch with the Ironclad, and I managed to build a defensive, blocking-based deck that utilized Juggernaut, which causes you to do damage to a random enemy. Like, upgrade at 7 damage to a random enemy every time you use blocking skills. So I had a pair of them in the deck who could do up to 14 damage at a time while blocking. And I had built the deck around generating a lot of block. And so as a result, I was able to really, honestly, clear the game pretty easily with the Ironclad. So I'd like to try, with the defect here, stacking more Frost Orbs, something I've kind of dissed in the past. Oh, you only get 2 block out of it. But honestly, you have 3 slots with the standard defect character. And so if you fill all 3 slots with Frost Orbs, you're getting 6 defense a turn for free, which is the same as using a block card. So that kind of frees up 1 block every turn to be used as an attack or some other skill. And if you can increase number of slots you have, maybe focus, get the Inserter Relic, something like that, I could see you putting up a lot of defense per turn. When I was with the Ironclad, I had Metallicize as a passive power. I had multiples in the deck, so I was able to get up to 15 defense a turn for free. So we shall see how this works. Let's see. Obtain a random colorless uncommon card. Obtain 3 random potions. Take 21 damage. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take the random colorless card. 2 vulnerable for free is not a bad deal at all. It doesn't stack with lightning damage from orbs. But if you're doing regular attacks, like with this character, I think if I'm going to build a very defensive build, I'll probably still be working with a lot of 0 power attacks and trying to get a hold of 1 or 2 all-for-1 cards that allow you to bring them all back from your discard pile. So I see this way I could go 1 or 2 or 3. I could do 3 to 4 attacks and then hit a shop right before an elite. I don't know how many hit points I'll have, but I really do think I need to start fighting elites more often. And so I'm going to go ahead and try and fight the elites a little more often. Get a hold of those relics that they drop. And of course, I need to start running more card draw in my decks for situations like this where the enemy is buffing this turn. And so this is a perfect opportunity for you to stack a lot of attack, and then I only draw 1 attack card. Trip them again. We're going to strike, because strike is going to do more damage in this situation. And the dual cast will go ahead and do 8. That'll finish him off. So I only take 1 damage. So here, honestly, I've got my pick of 3 good cards. Capacitor increases your orb slots, which is great. Beam Cell is free damage plus vulnerable. Claw, when combined with All for One, is a very handy sort of card. I tend to see Capacitor less often though, so I think I'll take Capacitor, because it doesn't matter if I go for Lightning or if I go for Frost Orbs. Having more orb slots is just a good thing. In fact, this first turn I have a chance to go ahead and do it. Now honestly, I really don't need Capacitor this early. The only card in my deck that actually adds orbs is Zap. I need to start picking up cards to add orbs if I really want to make this a viable option. Now this enemy I need to try and take down quickly because that ritual they cast is going to increase their strength every turn by 3, which means they'll do 3 extra damage every turn. But this will be simple. So take 1 damage again, get a card, Liquid Bronze I like. I know 3 Thorns is not that much, but it's pretty much Caltrops with a with the silence, so. Let's see, charge battery. I like charge battery. It's block plus next turn it sets you up with an extra energy. Alright, looks like I'm taking 6 no matter what I do here. Let's see if I... No, actually I could kill this guy. I don't get the extra orb, but that's alright. I take no damage. That's better than bringing up an orb. One nice thing about orbs, they're not affected by weaken, they're not accepted by frail, they're not accepted by anything of that sort. They just continue to work. Oh, I didn't get to kill the enemy this turn, but I did get to knock off its curl up. Alright, so... About to say, I'm not seeing any frost cards the time I want to actually experiment with frost orbs more, but here's Cool Headed. Channel 1 frost, draw 1 card. I really can't go wrong with it, because I'm getting a frost orb, and I'm getting a card draw. And that's really the name of the game. Now that I'm finally beginning to get some theory crafting done for it, is learning what's effective, what really works for your deck. At that point, it's coming down to learning how to craft the deck that I really want, not taking the cards that are inefficient or just bad. And of course being a little bit flexible, but also not getting the deck so freaking huge that it becomes unwieldy and impossible to win with. Here I am this turn just putting up a lot of defense because they're throwing out a lot of power early on, which is very irritating. I'm trying to fight an elite here shortly, and they're insisting on taking all of my hit points away. Alright, so... I could take out one of the attackers, which is what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. Then I'm going to charge battery. As much as I love to use capacitor this turn, I don't have a need for it yet. This cuts the damage I take down to 4. A shield enemy is not a priority, despite everything. Well, I guess throw 15 block will protect me. The lightning will continue to deal damage. Hopefully not continually to those blocking targets. I mean, if I can get enough defense, I can simply wait these guys out. Of course, the problem is I have to get enough defense to make it worthwhile, and they've already weakened me, so I'm gonna... Let me look at this. If I dual cast, I'm doing 8 to a target automatically, so let's go ahead and dual cast. Alright. I'm gonna defend. I may as well just go ahead and channel Zap. It does as much damage as a strike. Yes, it doesn't give me the choice of the target. But it pretty much guarantees next turn that I should be able to at least finish off 1, if not 2 targets. Trip is nice. That doesn't quite kill the target, but close. There we go. Now it should be easy peasy from here on, but I'm hurting a little bit. 43 hit points going up against an elite. It's not great. So now I have minimum of 4 defense coming in, so that frees me up to attack twice because I'm going to be guaranteed at least 4 defense against their 4 attack. Ah, there's all for 1. Excellent. That's what I've been looking for. Now I have to kind of sit here and decide. I could go for the shop, or I could go for the campfire instead and use that to take an elite on later and just save my money. Unless I take that side path to the right there and hit that elite up there, then I can hit a shop right before the boss. So let's go and figure that path instead. I'll have more money for the boss this way too. Alright, so 12 block. Let's go ahead and drop a zap so I can start stacking damage. This kind of strategy is not going to work with everybody. There's a lot of enemies out there that gather up more damage every single turn. And I went ahead and passed with energy up because I forgot about the card draw. See? I get ahead of myself. I've got to slow down a little bit. This turn I would like to stack damage. And of course, I don't quite get a lot of damage, but the reason is they're going to split this turn. I want to try and get the hit points down as low as possible, so in this case there'll be 2 slimes with 15 each. Makes them a lot easier to deal with if they're going to die in just a couple of hits, especially when they're going to deal 10 damage to me if I don't kill them quickly. So this hand largely plays itself. I'm going to take 3, but that's not bad considering what I could have taken. I could have used that potion, I guess, but that's alright. Alright, so if I Cool Head, it's going to evoke that front lightning orb on the right-hand side, and as you see, it'll deal 8 damage. Combine that with Strike, and it's dead. Okay, so Stack gains block, but now that I have All for None, or All for One, Go for the Eye seems like a better card. Rest at the Campfire. Get my hit points back up so I don't have self-repair yet. Thievery, yeah. Alright, so 5 block right off the bat, Cool-Headed, and Charge Battery. What a nice draw. Not going to be a lot of damage, but at least I'm not going to take any damage. Alright, so I can defend once. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take the 7 damage and hit All for One. Which just allows me to reapply Vulnerable, but it does extra damage. So that way I can make sure I kill this target before he runs off with my money. Go for the Eyes to weaken. Strike, and dual cast. Done. Dex Potion, add a card to my deck. I don't like Turbo. Void is just a real... Yeah, having 2 energy this turn, but having less energy in a turn or 2 sucks. I tried it, I didn't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and just take Charge Battery, because stacking up extra energy for the next turn is a great thing. Alright, so I've got 6 incoming. So 1 block takes care of all but 1 of the damage, and I think that'll do right now. Go ahead and strike twice, take the enemy down half. Especially since they're growing and going to gain extra damage. Alright, this is one of those situations where I can really ramp things up a bit. All for One. Go for the Eyes is free. We'll do Cool-Headed, because it's better to charge... Well, Charge Battery gives me the energy, Cool-Headed gives me the Frost Orb. It's hit or miss. I mean, it's a coin flip. It's really, what are you looking for next turn? In this case, let's see. That's going to give me enough to defend against the damage, and still deal some damage back. So yeah, learning how to use Frost Orbs properly. Creative AI could be really good, but it's so expensive. I think I'm going to take Beam Cell because it works well with All for One. Alright, good relic. Kunai, I like Kunai. Gain that dexterity to improve my blocking ability every time I play 3 attacks. Dead Adventure on the floor. Let's find loot. I found a relic. No, I'm going to run now. I found the Juju beads. Those, whenever I hit a question mark, I no longer can encounter random battles there. Alright, so this is going to take off the artifact that has. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the explosive potion down, because I'd like to get a different potion for the boss coming up. And this will help me a little bit with the damage, you know, weakening them basically. Get them a little bit closer to killed. This is another reason why I like to have some card draw on the deck, is I need to be able to draw past Dazed, as the case may be. Alright, I have plenty of energy, so I'm just going to play out my hand this turn, but it's still going to suck because I'm going to take some damage. So I've got 18 coming in and nothing I can do about it because I didn't draw any defense. Let's see, what have I got? Mostly, this is a draw deck. I've got 3 defensive cards and 1 cool-headed. I need to get more cards that allow me to stack Frost Orbs. Preferably ones that do damage at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do all for one to kill the center target, get back all of my cards. So let's weaken. Oh, we can't weaken. Let's apply vulnerable. And then we'll apply it again. This time it'll stick. This could deal 9 damage to the target, or I'm going to channel the Frost Orb. Because that way I'm set next turn with 2 extra defense. Or 2 extra block, I guess you could say. Alright, so Beam Cell again, Charge Battery, Defend. I now have 16 block against 18 attack, but that'll kill that one, so no problem. I've got 16 block against 9 attack. Alright, so free turn to cast whatever I basically just dump my hand out, thanks to the days taking up space. But I'll get this target next turn. I've got a minimum of 9 damage just from the lightning orbs. There we go. That wasn't too bad, I suppose. The boot, that's actually not bad. A lot of my 0 mana or 0 energy cards do less than 4 damage. Cold Snap, there we go. 6 damage and Channel of Frost. I like that. Allows me to deal damage and gain. Basically, it says deal 6 damage, gain 2 block. Or if you're evoking a block orb, gain 4 block. Alright, so this will be 12 block. And we'll go ahead and channel Lightning Orb because why not? It's 3 passive damage a turn until I evoke them for 8. Alright, so we're going to trip for certain. We're going to Cold Snap. Oh, wait a minute. What am I even thinking? I looked down my energy. Thanks to Charge Battery, I had enough energy to play out my hand. Alright, Beam Cell. What's my discard pile look like? Trip is all that's in there at the moment. Well, I know I need to block. Alright, so I strike, and then all for one, that'll do it. Okay, I forgot I have vulnerable. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I want to play it, and then I don't really need to. I'm going to take Reprogram. The reason is if I have all for one in my hand, I can look at the top 4 cards, dump all the 0 cost ones to the discard pile, and then immediately play all for one to get them into my hand. So we're going to trip. We're going to Cool Headed because I don't have any other block. And since I didn't draw another block card, I guess I'm going to go ahead and take 8 this battle. So the Campfire is not going to heal me to max. That much is clear. It's pretty easy. And I don't have a lot of ways to generate orbs yet, so Capacitor's still not going to be great. Alright, go for the eyes and zap. And then we're going to go ahead and just gain energy. That'll give me 5 energy next turn, so I can, well, between that and the lightning orbs, I should be good to go. Lightning orbs will take off the shield. All for one guarantees to kill. I mean, 3 block, put a card from your discard pile into your hand, exhaust. Or skim. I think I'll take skim instead. And get that card draw I've been looking for. Alright, there's the merchant. Alright, what do we got? Whenever I use potion, heal 5. Whenever I have no cards in hand, draw a card. Next 2 non-boss chests contain 2 relics. Apotheosis, which is a great card. I'm going to go ahead and buy that one right off. I mean, the relics there's some nice relics. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of a strike. Loop is just extra passive for whatever I have, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. I like stacking lots of loop cards, because then whatever orb you have in the front is just going to do some amazing work for you. And you're always going to have an orb, whether it's lightning, whether it's frost. Hell, if I can get Frost Orb in the front, I can start generating extra defense every turn. Alright, so we're going to start with Invuln. We're going to start with Cold Snap. We're going to do a strike. which is going to get me the extra dexterity, because I did 3 attacks a turn. One of the other advantages of having 0 energy attacks. They don't do a lot of damage, but they stack well with relics that look at things like that, like the kunai. So, Apotheosis is guaranteed for the upgrade. Alright, so I can do Loop, which triggers the passive orb twice, or gain 9 block. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and take the... It'll be 22 damage, but I'll be set up for later with getting the extra orb twice. That's either extra 6 damage or an extra 4 defense, depending on how everything's going. So we're going to Channel of Frost and draw 2 cards. We're going to Capacitor to gain those extra slots. We're going to Zap, which is free. We're going to go ahead and reprogram. I think I can dump these 2. No, I want to keep Trip next turn. I'm just going to dump that Defend in there, and I'm going to go ahead and charge Battery this turn to gain an extra energy for next turn. Okay, so we're going to Trip, which is going to provide that vulnerable. We'll gain the defense first, because he does have 3 thorns now. Then we attack. Alright, 16 incoming. Cold Snap deals 13 damage and gets me Frost. You know, if I thought use Charge Battery first, I would have prevented some of that damage, but I'm a doofus. In case you didn't know. Okay, now we're getting those orbs built up. Alright, what's it? 40 for my next mode shift. We're going to apply Vulnerable. I've got a ton of block coming. We're going to Channel Frost first. Apply Vulnerable. Cold Snap. And then I guess we're going to go ahead and apply some block. So I'm not doing... Well, I guess I'm doing enough damage. I did 40 damage in pretty quick order, but I'm also getting enough defense to prevent myself from really taking much. Alright, so 2 energy. What's my discard pile look like? Just Beam Cell and Trip in the graveyard? But that will apply Vulnerable. So we're going to defend. We're going to All for 1 to draw back these 2. Which also do 3 attacks. So that should... No, it does only 2 attacks this turn. Darn. I was thinking it should do 3 attacks, which would allow my kunai to trigger and give me more dexterity. And I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that, and I'm not really concerned about it. So Charge Battery, Strike. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do 8. Oh, that's right, it does it twice. It did 16. So there are 11. I'm going to do 6 minimum. So I just need to do 5 damage. So there's 6. Do I have? Can I draw another attack? Nope. Alright. How about Skim? There we go. Finish him off. So that wasn't too bad. I think he only hit me once for damage. Amplify. This turn your next power card is played twice. What's my deck look like? How many power cards do I have? I'm thinking All for 1's an attack. Capacitor is a power. And so is Loop. So that could be set up for interesting stuff. Be able to loop twice. Remove all of your orbs, gain energy, and draw 1 card for each orb removed. That seems like a desperation stuff. Creative AI, like I said, it's interesting card. It can be very powerful, but the cost of a single turn... In most cases, I think I'll go ahead and take Amplify. I haven't played with it much, and I'd like to experiment with it. For everybody who's watching, I only picked up the game about a month ago. I know it's been out since 2017, so it's all new to me. Snecko Eye, don't like it. Gain energy at the start of your turn, you can no longer gain gold. Gain energy at the start of your turn, you can no longer rest. Well, I really hate to skip a relic. I mean, I love having extra energy, so I'm sitting here going, well, do I want to take the coffee dripper and then hope I draw a bunch, or I can get a hold of some self-repair? Because if I don't, man, that's tough. I don't want to never gain gold because I get a lot of advantage out of shops and gold. Screw it. You know what? We're going to do the coffee dripper and we're going to take a risk. The risk is I could very well die because I have no way to heal. The advantage is if I can get a hold of self-repair, I won't need to worry about it as much. Okay, that has a shop, but I'm guaranteed a boss or an elite fight no matter what. There's a shop way down there at the end if I thread the needle. Let's go this way. I have those Juzu or whatever beads. The Juzu bracelet. So those rooms are kind of useful. Alright, we're going to use liquid thorns against these enemies that love to attack multiple times. We will zap. We will block to protect against some of the damage. I'm going to go ahead and gain the orb slots because I'll have the extra energy left over. I'll watch them bash themselves to death on my hit points. Of course, I'd really prefer not to take too much damage with this. So charge battery, cool-headed. Crap. I really can't pass up Apotheosis. Because loop is useful, yes, but Apotheosis is more useful down the road. By which I mean next turn. Whereas loop, you know... Alright, what have I got in the discard pile? Enough to make this a useful card. Alright, so... Hologram. Honestly, I like Melter. Most of the time it's kind of like, it's a strictly better strike, but against enemies that like to stack a lot of defense, it's just a game winner. Zap and Doubt. Biased Cognition. Oh, I'm not a real big fan of Biased Cognition. Jack of all trades. Scrape is good too. There's Zap. Let's go ahead and take Zap, because I know it's there. So I may end up just treating Biased Cognition as up. Hold on. Self-repair. Self-repair. Now I can't afford the card removal service, but self-repair is a much better card for my deck. What I was going to say is I can use card removal service to get rid of the... What is it called? I just had it. Biased Cognition. Because I really don't like that card much. I tried to play with it some, but the reality is if you don't win in those 4 turns, your orbs become pretty much useless. Because you're going to start losing so much focus that they're not going to do anything. Let's go ahead and skim. So I can deal 6 and gain 2 block, or I can block for 5. Let's go ahead and deal damage and gain 2 block. I know I'm going to take 11, but if I can draw my self-repair, I can offset some of that. Anyway, basically I'm going to end up just treating Biased Cognition like a dead draw for the moment. Yeah, I drew that at the wrong time. Amplify would have been useful to have with one of my other powers that actually is usable. Loop, or... yeah, I can't remember what the other power I have now is. Something useful. Oh, capacitor. Alright, I want to go ahead and make that one... Let's look at the top 6 cards. I want to deal a lot of damage, so Melter's going to be good. Zap will not be good. Charge battery, I'm going to go ahead and discard, but I want to keep the others and draw those, because I can make a very good hand out of that. For one, I can take the back block off of that guy using Melter to guarantee that I can deal a lot of damage. Of course, you know. Yeah, I can kill. Alright, never mind. Self-repair. And then all for one kicking in and doing the work. Doing the major lifting for me. Heal 10. Alright, gain 7 block, channel 2 frost. That's nice. Cold Snap deals 6 damage, channel 1 frost. Man, for 2 mana, I would think I gain more block out of it. Well, I mean, effectively, I'm gaining 11 block for 2 energy. Energy mana. I'm using all interchangeably because the Magic Gathering player in me kicks in. I'm effectively paying 2 for 11 blocks, those 2 Frost Orbs. But I think I'd rather trade off the damage of Cold Snap for the only 1 Frost Orb. I don't know, that may be a mistake. Ow. So let's apply 2 vulnerable. I'm gonna Cold Snap the back target. What is this? This is 12 block, okay. But I didn't draw any block this hand, which is irritating. Alright, gain the dexterity point.
Daddy.
Yes, sweetie?
I want to eat that.
Are you watching your tablet? Say hello to my little one, everybody. She is 2.5. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and kill the back target. The problem with this, I could amplify bias cognition. I would gain 8 focus, but I would lose 2 a turn. And I don't have a lot of orbs right now, making it not a really good play for me. Okay, Apotheosis is like a must. So just play on my hand and set up next turn. I don't want dual cast next turn. But everything else seems good. So I'll get rid of dual cast. Apparently I've been skipping on reprogram. And I didn't realize that much like Gambler Chip, it can be very handy for sculpting either your current hand or your hand to come. So we're going to defend to gain 6 block. We'll loop. We'll defend again. We'll zap. And we'll use skim and see what I can draw for 1 more card. Cold Snap. Deal the damage. Oh, I forgot that a upgraded zap is 0. So, stupid me. I could have had an additional lightning orb. But I'm a doofus. That should be just like my tagline for just me playing this game. Alright, Melter is a guaranteed play. I just frickin' shuffled my discard. Or my discard pile. So, I don't have anything in the discard pile that's really worth bringing back right now. What do I have? Go for the eyes? Well, what have I got? I don't have any actual defense coming up. So I'm just going to go ahead and get an additional Frost Orb, do the extra attack, get the extra dexterity, take 8 defense and only 5 damage, but I'm going to heal 10. So I've still got a net positive going on. Remember, I cannot rest at rest sites anymore. Trip. We're going to zap, which is going to be 5 defense right off the bat. We'll reprogram. Next turn. Wow, this is a whole handful of block. I don't need all of it. So we're going to keep 2 charge battery and a cold snap, because charge battery is going to let me set up all the extra energy for the turn after, which I hope will be a lot more aggressive actions. I'm not filling my discard pile with stuff and getting all for one with it. That's not panning out, which is why I like having this defensive build, honestly. Because the defensive build is giving me an opportunity... Oh, never mind. The defensive build is giving me opportunity to survive until I can draw the cards I do actually need. Gain 16 block, retain your hand this turn. That seems pretty powerful. Or Ball Lightning, deal 7 damage, channel 1 lightning. Let's go with Equilibrium. I like that card. So this turn I'm going to Smith, because I cannot rest. That just upgrades that. That applies 2 weak instead. My channels draw 2 cards. Oh, duh. I know what I need to do. I need to upgrade Apotheosis because the upgraded version only costs 1 energy to use. Ah, the Snecko. Alright, so now I finally get a chance to use Amplify, which will be used for Loop. So it'll trigger twice for my Lightning Orb, and then I can just do damage. So I'm going to get 2 additional casts of Lightning Orb every turn, unless I move that Frost Orb to the front, which gets to get extra energy. Alright, so all of my stuff turned out to be expensive, so we're going to charge Battery to gain 7. Then we're going to Cold Snap to deal some damage and gain another Frost Orb. So I'll take 4. This is the way it seems to run for me, Confusion. I get streaks where I get nothing but high-cost cards, and then other streaks where it's all, like, really cheap for everything. Okay. I only need 1 defense here, so let's go ahead and apply the weak. Now I'm just gaining lots of block, but I'm not really dealing much damage unless I draw attack cards. So we're going to Equilibrium because it's free. We will Strike. We will Zap. And we're going to go ahead and do all for 1 and bring back Equilibrium for even more defense. So I've got 45 defense when they're only dealing 12 to me. So I got to keep dual cast. We're definitely going to self-repair, even though it's expensive. We're going to go ahead and draw 3 cards, see if maybe I get a better set of draws. Okay, upgrade, defense. And then we're going to dual cast, because that'll evoke the next orb, and that gives me enough block. Okay. Since I had a stack of the keep my hand, I still have this hand, which is still filled with a lot of expensive cards, but oh well. All for 1. Defense and charge battery. I'm wearing the snake down. Alright. Cold Snap, we'll go ahead and set that up anyway. Since I evoke the Frost Orb, I have enough block. That's the problem with getting a lot more orbs. It makes it harder to evoke unless you actually can fill up your orb slots again. Alright, Snecko's dead. Alright, deals damage equals to 2 times the number of frost channeled this combat to all enemies. Or leap, which gains 12 block. You know, since I'm working on a frost stuff, I don't have Juggernaut, but Blizzard might be a good equivalent to it if I can start channeling a lot of frost. If I can't, it's going to be a dead card. I know. I'm going to go ahead and chug this regen potion now, start stacking some more hit points up. Might be able to pick one up at the shop later. That worked out very well for me. Alright, so we're going to loop. We will channel Frost. I will strike, and I'm going to go ahead and charge batteries, get the energy for next turn. Oh good, Lightning killed it off. Now I've just got to deal with that person who's going to end up putting a lot of days to my deck since I play a lot of skills with this deck. So Beam Cell, Channel Frost and draw a card, Apotheosis, Skim, Self-Repair, Zap, and Blizzard to deal 6 damage to the enemy, because I don't have any attack cards. Well, if nothing else, it's an interesting deck to play. Definitely forcing me to have to think in different ways. So, let's have some fun with Amplifier and Capacitor, which is going to generate a metric ton of orbs for me. I am going to take some damage this turn. I do have the heal, though, so I'll only take 8, but I'll heal 10. I need to get another one of those, or 2, or even 3. We're going to strike, and we're going to reprogram. Alright, discard, dazed, biased cognition, and daze. I don't want to draw any of those. And get a daze, of course. Then we'll ethereal these 2 out. This is going to be, yeah, -3 damage to me, +3 for them. Alright. Gain 17 block, retain my hand, which isn't going to mean anything when they're ethereal. Mainly, I just wanted to prevent taking 22 damage this turn, which I believe I successfully completed. Channel Lightning. Strike. All those dazed are beginning to hurt me now as I take another 8. But next turn, this turn, the enemy dies, thankfully. Alright, so what do I got? Honestly, I like auto shields. If you have no block, you gain 11 block. Usually you could set it up to be the first block of a turn, and then you get a lot of block. Molten Egg. Whenever you add an attack into your deck, upgrade it. I like it. How many am I going to add to my deck? I don't know. We'll see.
Just jumping.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I got 4 mana. I can cast 4 cards. We're going to Cold Snap. I have to block. Cool-Headed. And Charge Battery. That gives me enough block. Sets me up a little bit for later. Kind of have to think ahead with this character. Okay, so the first play is a given. Apotheosis is always a great play. We're going to Beam Cell that target. We're going to go for the eyes. Then we're going to draw 4 cards. Self-Repair. Cold Snap. Defend. Zap. And then Reprogram. Biased Cognition goes to the discard or discard pile, but I can amplify plus loop next turn. Enough that I'm actually going to discard the strike. That gives me 4 cards and 4 mana, which use it, 4 energy rather. I take no damage this turn. Now we're going to amplify plus loop plus charge battery. Plus Blizzard to deal 9 to all enemies. So Blizzard is only going to get better as I continue to channel Frost cards. So I'm going to gain 4 defense right off. No, I've got 4 loops. I'm getting 8 defense right off the bat. So, auto shields won't do anything for me. Big deal. Melter's going to hurt because I'm going to strip all that off. We're going to Equilibrium and Strike. And we'll pass turn with auto shields in hand. Now, once again, auto shields are not going to be useful because I have a Frost Orb in the front. That's alright. Oh, really? Alright, we're going to reprogram. We're going to dump, amplify, and go for the eyes, the discard pile. We're going to go all for 1, which is going to give me back go for the eyes and reprogram. We're going to re-dump Biased Cognition to the graveyard. We'll keep Equilibrium. I think I'm going to dump both strikes. Play it defensive style. Because I'm wearing this guy down, bit by bit. And I'm not taking any damage in the process. Alright, Zap is going to give me 5 energy. Charge Battery gets me... Or Zap's going to give me 5 block. Alright, we're going to Trip. We're going to Beam Cell. We're going to Zap. And we're going to Equilibrium. Retain those 2 cards in hand. Bring my defense up to 46. 8 hit points remaining. 6 hit points remaining. Cold Snap. Done. Alright. Long drawn out battle. Need another 0 card here. We're going to go for the question mark since I have those Juzu beads, or Juzu bracelet, whatever they are. Let's find some potions. Alright. I'm not a big fan of the artifact potion most of the time. I like the random potions, like power potion. And honestly, I'm going to discard the speed potion for Gambler's Brew. Because Gambler's Brew can get me out of a pinch. When I draw all attack and I need defense, for example, we will definitely pay money to remove a card from my deck. And Bias Cognition is going to go bye-bye because I don't like it. I think you're just shooting yourself in the foot using it. I could be wrong. I am definitely not what one would consider an expert in this game. I am knocked unconscious, so we have a fight. This way they get around the whole, oh, no random encounters in these rooms anymore. Well, if they force one on you. So we're going to go ahead and recycle those beam cells and do even more damage, apply even more vulnerable. And I'm going to take damage, like it or not, because I simply did not have enough block. These guys can hit pretty hard, but I took that first target down quite a bit. Alright, we're going to zap. I have no power cards worth worrying about, so we're going to do this. We'll zap, which will do 8 damage. And thankfully did it to the target I rather wanted to take 8 damage. So I can't do any attacks this turn, thanks to that entangle. So self-repair. Blizzard is an attack. I can apply vulnerable, and then I'm going to take some damage. That sucks, but, you know, it happens. I was going to say I have a campfire coming up, but no, yeah, I can't heal. I was hoping to draw some 0 cards. I guess I could have done that first. Yeah, I'm not even going to worry about trying to plan out the next turn. I'm pretty sure I can kill them next turn no matter what I draw. I will heal 7. Strike, strike, done. I'm going to go ahead and go for the elite fight. Well, that back enemy is a bit of a problem, as they will get stronger every time I play a skill card. Alright, so, what do I got? I don't need dual cast next turn. We're going to keep all the rest of those. I may end up using that power potion this battle to try and help move things along a bit. Guess I'm going to go for machine learning. Drawing extra cards isn't a bad deal, and powers don't trigger that back target. Try and minimize some of the damage I'm going to take. This could end up going badly for me. I may have gotten greedy. So we're going to all for 1. Just going to return all these cards. I really need to do damage. So, let's reprogram. Oh, hell, that's a skill. I'm just going to keep Cold Snap. Cold Snap will deal damage as an attack, and it will not trigger the rage effect. But it will also give me an extra bit of defense. I will use this power. I will Cold Snap. Cold Snap. Then I'll deal 6 damage to all enemies. I'll take 8. Yeah, this is going to hurt against the boss. Let's just kill the enemy. There we go. Motion chip. If you lost hit points during the previous turn, trigger the passive abilities of all orbs at the start of your turn. That's interesting. I've never seen that one before. Might have just unlocked it. Bottle Tornado. Upon pickup, choose a power card. Start this combat with each card with this card in your hand. Well, how about self-repair? Oh, Echo Form is so good. But again, at 3 energy. First card you play each turn is played twice. Oh, I'm gonna go with Stack. I really want to take that card, Echo Form. But I think this is better. FTL is great. I love Defragment. I like Boot Sequence. Yes, it takes up your opening draw. Compile Driver gives me more card draw. So apparently I'm just going to fill up my deck with even more cards. Decrease the chance of me drawing the cards I actually want. Like a brilliant player would do, right? Right? Not so much? And we're going to go ahead and upgrade Self-Repair. So that always heals me for 10 at the end of combat. Now, mind you, I'm going into a battle where Self-Repair is pointless against the Collector. So we are going to use a Dexterity Potion. We're going to loop. We're going to Melter, Cold Snap. And then I'm going to go ahead and Self-Repair just to get it out of my deck. So I don't draw it again. Because I had the extra energy. Ordinarily I wouldn't. I am going to go ahead and use the Explosive Potion. Try and take down some of these guys. So let's see, we have a Charge Battery. We have Go for the Eyes. We have Defend. We have Strike. And we have Reprogram. I want Apotheosis. Oh, I wish I could see my orbs. Because Auto Shield... You know what's good. We'll take it. Yep. I knew the Auto Shield's not going to be as useful when I'm... Because I'm going to get the 2 block off of the Motion chip this turn. Which is going to make Auto Shields less useful. So we're going to draw. Draw a whole handful of cards that are actually usable. So I'll only take 1 this turn, which will trigger the Emotion chip, which I suppose isn't that bad, all things considered. Okay, I have not discarded my discard pile, so this is an advantage. Let's see, we're going to Trip. Fly vulnerable to all enemies. We're going to go ahead and Cold Snap, which is going to kill off the front target. I'm going to Compile Driver. I don't need to worry about defense. Beam Cell, and as much as I would love to defragment, All for One is actually better in this case because of this. I don't need Boot Sequence this turn. I'm going to reprogram again. I like having FTL. I can discard Dual Cast and keep the rest because Equilibrium will allow me to keep my hand. So yeah, Defragment has to go away, but All for One allowed me to get a lot more damage to the target. I may be kicking myself and going, man, in the long run it would have been better to have the Defragment, but I don't think it's necessarily the case. Alright, Capacitor is great. Cool-headed. Charge Battery for next turn, and then Blizzard for damage. Discard cards. I didn't keep Equilibrium, because the enemy wasn't attacking this turn. That's another thing I'm having to learn, is just because the card is cool doesn't mean I actually need to cast it. Sometimes it'd be better just not to cast it. We're going to gain 12 block. We're going to go for the eyes. We're going to use the Beam Cell. We're going to skim. I need to be putting cards in the discard pile to make stack work better. I definitely want to keep Defragment for next turn. In fact, I'm going to keep pretty much all of them. And I got Defragment this turn for 2 focus. So we're going to defend. Now stack will give me 11 block, and I'm easily outpacing the damage the Collector's doing this turn. Alright, they are not doing anything exciting. So, Melter, FTL, Equilibrium, Cold Snap. Pump themselves up, 18 damage coming in. I didn't take any damage, or any block, so that immediately is usable. So I can definitely strike safely. And let's go ahead and charge battery twice. Get that nice 6 energy next turn, 62 block this turn. A relic allows me to maintain block, would be nice. Alright, let's see my discard pile. Do I have a lot of 0? Fairly nice set of them. Let's compile driver first. That'll allow me to draw the zap. We're going to all for 1. Apply weak. Well, they're not attacking, so no. Zap. Up. FTL I should have cast first, but never mind. The enemy's dead. So here I was worried about going in with low hit points, and it didn't really matter. Oh, reboot. Reboot is so good. I love it. Hold on, Freya. Cursed Key. More energy. Tiny House. Black Star. Honestly, here we go. More energy. So I'll now have 5 energy a turn, but I will now begin gaining curses whenever I open a non-boss chest. So, let's look. I'm going to scroll up. I'm looking for a way to get through without fighting elites, if I can help it. Because I really don't want to waste my run my resources down too much. By resources, I mean hit points in this case. I see a path that I can get a shop near the end. So, if I go this way, I'll get a shop near the beginning and then a shop near the end. And I can avoid elites. We're going to block. We're going to self-repair. We're going to loop. We're going to defend. And we're not going to deal very much damage because I really didn't draw any damage cards. Which, honestly, with this deck, though, I don't have a lot of ways of dealing damage. We're going to beam cell. I'm going to go ahead and compile driver to draw a card. Equilibrium. Charge battery. Reprogram. Oh yeah, I'm going to keep all those. And why not defend? I guess because I could have kept it for next turn, but I think my next turn is pretty well sorted. With Apotheosis, well, now the problem is I left myself with no block. Like a doofus. So I'm going to take 12, but I'm only going to heal 10. So we're going to Cold Snap, deal 8 more. We're going to strike. We're going to skim because I can finish off the target with a good attack card, and there it is. Alright. I'm not going to take any of these. I don't really... No, it costs 0. I'm going to take Steam Barrier. I usually don't, but I might take Steam Barrier this time because it works so well with all for 1. There's my second self-repair. There we go. And a Ball Lightning. Additional damage. Wrong button. We're going to take the question mark. Offer 2 gold to obtain the red mask. Sold! Add 1 vulnerable to all enemies, or in the case of creatures with artifacts, strip 1 artifact off. Sounds good to me. So we're going to self-repair. We're going to compile driver against the exploder. We're going to go for the eyes. We're going to draw 3. I don't actually... I'm going to use it, but I don't actually need it. In fact, I just drew a whole handful of defense. I still didn't have enough defense. Basically, I set myself up to where I could take... Well, I can take 14 more damage and still be healed up to max at the end of this. And climb up. Yeah, I'm going to keep those cards. So I'm not doing a whole lot of damage. And I'm taking damage this turn, but still, I'll heal up to max at the end of this, because honestly, the back two targets, I think they pretty much... Well, no, I guess this one's going to attack this turn. Make a liar. I'm about to say, I think they don't ever attack, but I guess they do. So the loop's going to cause me to do extra damage through lightning. I should be set up now to where I can guarantee myself enough defense every turn. Unless I do, you know, a lot of dazes. I suppose this would be a great time to draw that card, or to get that card that allows me to do lightning damage to all targets. Okay, there we go. Gambler's Brew, can't argue with that. There's a claw. I passed up a claw early on, figuring I could get more, and I never saw any until now. Alright, so auto shield. Well, I don't even need the auto shield. Self-repair, cold snap, and then auto shields just for the hell of it. I'm not going to use boot sequence because it gets exhausted. And I'd rather have it for later on when I need it. So I've got 17 block coming. We're going to go for the eyes. Charge battery. Cool-headed, which is not affected by frail. So, I'm going to take 6. I hate it when they use those frail and weak attacks like that. But I don't really have any easy ways to remove it. Apotheosis. Amplify, targeting loop. Zap. And we'll stack, just because. So now I'm going to gain a lot of block every turn, because that's my front orb. So there's 8 off of the loops. I've got a few in the discard pile that could be useful. We're going to block, we're going to block. All for 1. We're going to block. Go for the eyes. Zap. And zap. I could have used Blizzard. What the hell am I thinking? It's 4 damage. It's 4 free damage, so I'm not going to get the extra block, but my Frail's gone this turn. Capacitor. Cold Snap. Skim to draw even more cards. Claw. Strike. Reprogram. Alright. These all seem like good cards worth playing, so we're going to go ahead and leave them all in there. I will take 6. That's not bad against this enemy. I still can heal to full if I don't take too much more damage. Alright, so I took damage, I get the passive effect thanks to Emotion Chip, FTL to draw a card, Ball Lightning, reapply more vulnerable, apply Melter. I'm not going to use Steam Barrier because it will decrease the effectiveness for no good reason. This enemy actually has as much hit points as some bosses. I know it's Act 3 and all, but damn, 44 incoming. Alright. We're going to defragment. We're going to beam cell. We'll compile driver for 15 and draw 2. We're going to claw. We're going to defend. We're going to go ahead and reboot. We'll charge battery. Beam cell. And then we're going to go ahead and channel one more frost to help offset some of the damage. I could have used defend for even better. Shame on me. I'm going to take damage. I could have prevented 10 of this damage incoming. On the other hand, this will kill it from the emotion chip. So that's not bad. I'm only 7 hit points off of max. And we have another go for the eyes. I want to avoid the elite and upgrade a card. Amplify. This next turn, your next 2 cards are played twice. Oh, duh. I have a self-repair that isn't upgraded. I know Apotheosis will upgrade them all, but since I have 42 cards in my deck, I cannot guarantee I'll even draw it early. Okay, the back one is going to lose one of its artifacts. We're going to go for the... Man. We're going to block. Then we're going to go for the eyes on the front target. And pass turn. Alright. Wouldn't have minded some extra card draw the first turn from a relic. Bag of preparedness or whatever would have been nice. Alright, so we're going to apply vulnerable to the front target. We're going to equilibrium. We're going to strike. And then we're going to hold on to the remainder of the cards. Front ones. I want to try and get rid of that front one before it can start stacking way too much thorns. Otherwise, I'm going to have to use lightning to deal with it. And I really prefer not to do that. Alright. Auto shields first. Defragment. FTL on the middle target, because otherwise they're really going to start annoying me with all of that. Looks like I'm taking some damage this turn. Alright. We're going to beam cell at back target, charge battery, loop, strike the back target, all for one the back target. Go for eyes. FTL's not going to do anything for me. Boot sequence. Finally broke through all their artifact. Building up the dexterity, which is going to make it easier for me to block. I have only drawn one of my self-repair, and there's the other one. So, Apotheosis, Capacitor, Self-Repair, Cool-Headed. Alright, how do I want to do this? I'm taking 20, I have no block, so it looks like I'm blocking. Oh, never mind, I have all the cards I need to play, all the energy I needed to play everything out. I need to count better, damn it. Alright, so Beam Cell, the front target's finally dead. Skim. Zap. Defend. Let's I could have cast Cold Snap, oh well. We'll just reboot anyway. And then we're just playing things out because lightning will kill it. Alright. Easy peasy. I like White Noise. It's a free card. It's free money. I need to go up this way if I want to get to that shop and avoid the elite. Pray to transform a card. Well, I can get rid of another strike. And I pull a capacitor. I really can't argue with the results. Alright, oh, I freaking hate normality. Alright, raise max hit points. I got a shop. I have to use card removal for normality, no matter what. Oh, actually, I think I can lose another strike. Alright, so card removal service, and I don't have the frickin' money. And I just accidentally bought a card. At least it was something I could use. Son of a gun. Alright, normality is going to suck. Hopefully it is not bringing an end to my run. You know, did I just be able to remove a card and I didn't remove it? I don't know. I might have just completely jacked that up, but that's alright. Maybe I have a big enough deck, it won't matter because I'll never draw it. Or I can use reprogram to make sure it gets put in the discard pile instead. Oh, wow, okay, so amplify my self-repair so it triggers twice. Stack, defend, because I could have used a gambler potion, I guess. I really hate to use them on this. Really? Putting a frickin' parasite in my deck? You're a parasite. Let's channel that Frost. Channel Frost, draw a card, go for the eyes. Cold Snap again. Hope it doesn't give me something really nasty. Alright, let's go ahead and do all for one, because that'll force them to change. Go for the eyes. Every time I hit him, he has a chance, he really will change his, intent, and that could be a problem if I change the intent from doing only 11 damage to suddenly doing like 33. Okay, so I'm going to charge battery. I'm going to go for the eyes. Got a good one. Alright, channel some zap. Now we're getting this together. Alright, auto shields, FTL, claw, beam cell, which I should have done that first, loop, ball lightning, hope for different intents? No? 16? Okay. I can do 16 because I have 18 block. Alright, white noise says buffer, prevent the next time, which won't work against all the damage, but at least we'll block 5 damage. That's assuming, of course, I don't do that and say, alright, fine, you're not going to do any damage to me. Now they're doing 7. I hate that sometimes those notes pop up over their damage intent, but I like having them on because there's still a chance for me to find abilities I don't know yet. So we're going to equilibrium, we're going to go for the eyes, and we're going to go ahead and melt her, and then I have to pass turn because of normality. Oh, and of course, I used the card to make sure that I kept my hand this turn because I'm a doofus. Yes, if you're watching this, you can go ahead and yell at me. I'm a doofus. Sweetie, Freya, I love you, but you make a great door and a lousy window. No, I should have used Trip. I didn't realize I didn't have invulnerable on them. So I'm going to take... Oh, there's the buffer. Taking the damage for me. Finally got that other card out of my hand. This Skim. Are you freaking kidding me? Draw normality again already. Hopefully normality doesn't kill my run, because if that's the case, that curse is way too idiotically strong. There we go. Alright. I don't really need a fear potion. Channel 1 random orb doesn't do it for me. Skim to draw 3 cards. I have a lot of cards. Drawing extra cards isn't a bad thing because it maybe will let me power past bad draws. Alright, let's recall and add 1 colorless card to my deck. I don't actually have to take it. Trip is alright because more vulnerable is good. I'm at full hit points, so not being able to rest didn't bother me any. You know what? I can't heal any... Well, no. Let me look at the map. Hold on a second. This may really work out. Yeah, I'm at the fire next, but it's going to upgrade. So not being able to heal isn't an issue. I'll upgrade all cards. Assuming it doesn't crash the game. Alright, so... I can't smith, because all my cards are already upgraded. I'm going to go up against the shapes. Alright, we're going to go for the eyes twice. We're going to boot sequence, capacitor, self-repair. We're going to go ahead and use my power potion. We're going to get a free creative AI, because hell yes. On the plus side, I think I can use Gambler Potion to shuffle away normality if I draw it. Alright, so, Defragment, Hello World is a free card every turn, Loop, Zap, Reprogram, Chunking Parasite to the discard pile, and then Reboot, because I really don't have much of a hand here for dealing with things. White Noise gets me a free loop. Go for the eyes on the back target. Charge battery. Go for the eyes on the back target. Zap. Skim. And discard my normality. Alright. I think that worked out for me, right? What is that? Is that the relic up there, the can't heal? Yeah, Mark of the Bloom. Whenever I play a power card, channel 1 lightning. Well, you know what? It's free. I'm going to gain 3 block and get a card back. It's going to be all for 1 because hell to the yes. FTL the back target. I really want to try and take the back target out as quickly as possible for one big reason. He, every other turn, will buff the both of them for major, for adding 3 strength. So I really want to try and kill him as fast as possible so I have time to deal with the front target who every other turn just drops shields. I prefer to do it before they're not, you know, doing a massive ton of damage to me. Alright, buffer is nice, but let's do apotheosis first. Let's go ahead and prevent next time I would take damage. We're going to claw the back targets. Hologram will not leave me with enough energy to cast the all for 1 again. Let's reprogram. We're going to dump a daze to the discard pile. We're going to cold snap. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just dump my hand here and try and draw a good defensive card. And I didn't. So, more orbs. Wow. According to the stream, I've been up for 1 hour and 17 minutes, which is how long this one run has taken. And Electrodynamics is my power card. I don't believe I could have pulled a much better card than that at this moment. Capacitor to gain even more orb slots, stack a huge amount of defense up, and pass turn. Now I'm going to deal 25 per turn to all targets. They are going to get buffed one more time for damage, but then the front target's going to be half dead. These bosses do not have any special effects when they die. That's the important thing. They don't come back and make you have to beat them a second time. Okay. Apply to all enemies. Ball lightning. Let's channel some more lightning. We're going to skim. Beam cell the back target. Charge battery, gain energy. And defend. Parasite says nothing. Okay, I'm not removing it from my deck. So the Donu should die this turn from lightning damage. And it looks like I'm going to get my frickin' defect clear finally. And I'll be able to run an Ascension run tonight. We can go over some of the new things that are added with Ascension. Alright. Do Hello World, because I don't think drawing too many cards is a bad idea. Alright. So, this is another case of I've got a handful of cards. I'm not necessarily liking all of them, so I'm going to dump them and try and look for something that might be a little more usable for me. We're going to skim. FTL doesn't matter, but we can go ahead and vulnerable again. We can gain a bunch of block to guarantee I don't take any damage, and pass turn. Okay, so the idea of running a more defensive-based reject or defect build seems to have panned out for me. Biased Cognition can suck it. These are all the cards I'm drawing off of those various effects, so go for the eyes, go for the eyes. Auto shields, strike, done. 1 minute, 16 seconds, 48 milliseconds. Well, no, 1 hour, 16 minutes, 48 seconds to clear the defect. The Heart of the Spire. Charge your core to its maximum. Deal 630 damage. You feel you have dealt a total of 2,841 damage to the heart. A total of 61,477,062 damage has been dealt by all who have faced it. Trophy earned, Sapphire. Ascension unlocked. Alrighty. I have time to run another run tonight. I'm going to go ahead and do it. All 3 parts are lit up. The key is ready. So, here's how that works. I will show you now. I'm going to go ahead and play as the Ascension and make sure to check. Ascension level 1, Elite spawn more often. Now all 3 characters are unlocked. The map will still look the same, but you'll find more Elites possibly on it. And the important thing is... Okay, deep breath. I'm not sure if that's good or not for me. Alright, now, if I scroll up, see that Elite up there that has flames around it? That is a special Elite monster. It is going to be an Elite fight, but more difficult than usual. In the case of the 3 artifact glyph creatures, they gain the Metallicized 4 during the combat, but otherwise unchanged. The Elite that starts with an L, Lavugulin or whatever his name is, he actually has a regeneration on him, which makes it very difficult for him to beat him down before he's drained all your strength and defense away. I am also guaranteed an Elite fight, like it or not, but I want to make sure I face that Elite because killing that Elite gets you one of the keys. Or I should say key pieces. The second key piece you'll get the first time you rest. The third key piece you'll have a chance to get when you open your first treasure chest. So you're deliberately having to deny yourself a relic early on in the game and deny yourself your first rest just to get the key pieces. And you ask, well, what's the point of getting all the keys? Well, if you manage to get all the way to the end of Act 3 and beat the boss, it unlocks the door to Act 4. Unfortunately, I was not able to go up against the boss because there is one fight before the boss, and they proceeded to hand my butt to me. You'll notice up in the upper left-hand corner next to my name, X Parrot, you'll see the symbol up there for the key. As you get the pieces of the key, they'll fill in those spots. I didn't mean to discard the strike. I meant to discard a defense. So anyway, if you're watching me and you're experienced in the game, you know all this already. If you don't know much about the game, well, that's what you have to look forward to. A game that gets even harder. Okay. I have multiple cards here I like. Calculate Gamble could be alright. I mean, it's basically Gambler Potion in card form that you exhaust. Acrobatics, draw 3, discard 1 is great. Blade Dance, if you're going for a Shiv stuff, or if I'm building a more defensive stuff, this gives me free attack cards every turn. So if I build a more defensively oriented deck, I have a certain advantage here because I get free cards, and I can just apply what's the word I'm looking for here? I can just attack with the Shivs, and I can use my energy to actually play defensive cards. Now, the problem is Shivs are affected by cards like Weak, and they don't do a lot of damage in the first place. Alright, so we're going to kill the front targets. We'll protect ourselves against the back targets. And with any luck this turn, I will be able to kill it, but no, I draw 3 defense cards. I could have just passed without doing anything at all, but oh well. It's now definitely weakened. We'll neutralize them. We'll strike and strike, done. Explosive potions, good early on. Well-laid plans. In your turn, retain up to 1 card. Outmaneuver. Next turn, gain 2 energy. Masterful Stab. Costs 1 additional energy each time you lose hit points this combat. I don't like it. The minute you start taking damage, it becomes weaker than any of the rest of your cards. It becomes a dead card in your hand. If anything, the only one of the 3 that is remotely decent is Outmaneuver. And honestly, I probably shouldn't have even taken that much. I'm going to hit the shop up. Okay, Infinite Blades is nice. So, I mean, that gives me free Shivs every turn. Gain 4 block next turn. Not a big fan of it. Not enough block for me to want to spend energy on it, even if I get the energy next turn. Oh, take 14 damage, upgrade 2 random cards. Why not? Oh, Infinite Blades becomes innate. Nice. It looks like I might actually have a way to get around that elite. We shall see. Alright, next turn, I'm going to go ahead and gain the energy for next turn because the big advantage for that is going to be that I should hopefully be able to at least take care of one of the targets flat out. Alright, I need that relic to improve shiv damage. That would be awesome. And I'm going to end up losing one of my energy. That's alright, though. I'm not taking any damage. We'll go ahead and shiv right off the bat. Strike, strike, and a block just for the hell of it. Although I really need to get out of that habit of playing cards I don't need to play, because sometimes that could be a disadvantage for you if your enemy has abilities that trigger off of you playing cards. Okay, I'm going to say this. I like dash. Effectively what the card reads is 1 strike, deal 10 damage, 1 strike, gain 10 block. All combined into one card. So you're not, instead of drawing 2 separate cards you didn't have to play, you're drawing 1 card and getting the effect on both. And when upgraded, it does pretty good block and pretty good damage. Yeah, I can actually go around this elite by hitting the campfire up and then going left to the question mark. Now notice, here's the new ability, Recall. Obtain the ruby key. Boom. So I'm not going to heal this time. As a result, I'm not going to take too many extra risks. But I should be able to get all the keys on the first floor doing this. Alright, so we're going to Infinite Blades. And I think we're going to go ahead and block this target, or dash into that target and neutralize it, which takes out the biggest problem, the 9 damage attacker. Now the back target gets stronger every time you hit him. So, Blade Dance, add 2 shivs to my hand. Let's go shiv, 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 defend, strike. Alright. Oh, I thought that would have taken out the front target. Apparently, I can't count. I know, you've heard that a lot tonight, right? So we're going to shiv the front target right off. If I survivor... Oh, no, defend. I really don't want the weaken up when I try and go for the back target because I'm going to be giving it a lot of strength if I do. Of course, this front target likes to weaken with every hit. Now we'll go ahead and deal damage. I'm not going to outmaneuver. So it's going to gain 1 strength every time I hit it. Which, you know, that happens. Drew a very aggressive hand, which is fantastic, and killed it. Add a card to my deck. Alright, so Infinite Blades adds more shivs, or slice, deal damage. I'm going to go with Infinite Shivs, because that seems to be the direction I'm going. Now I have to go this way to get to that special elite. The super elite. Why, game? Why? Kunai is so good! But you're forcing me to have to give it up to take the Sapphire Key. Alright, I'm not going to find the relic because I really don't want to get too badly hurt before the ball, or the super elite. Need to stack as much hit points up as I can. Alright, Spore Clouds. Looks like I'm going to be getting a lot of shivs this turn, or this game, this battle. I'm now guaranteed 2 shivs a turn. Last time I played this character, last night, I used a poison build to get to the end. Have I ever mentioned how much I like dash? So I'm only going to take 3 because of the vulnerable. And then we'll kill Yeah, I was only gonna take 10, and there wouldn't have been a vulnerable, but I do like Dagger Spray. Dagger Spray combined with certain cards can be very powerful. Alright, so it's this guy. So you'll notice this time, last time I faced him, this guy had regen, so apparently the buff they get is random. In this case, he'll metallicize for 12 freaking defense a turn. If I don't need to defend, I need to go ahead and gain the energy for next turn. Okay, so 4 defense is what they're going to get every turn. So Shivs can deal with that. But I also need to be doing damage as much as I can, because every few turns this guy uses Soul Siphon and permanently drains off 1 dexterity and 1 strength. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and use the dexterity now. Alright, this is my turn to try and deal as much damage as I can. Neutralize is free damage. I mean, it's literally free damage. That worked out alright. That worked out alright. There's the first Siphon Soul. Now I permanently got a 1 damage decrease. As a result, I'm going to prioritize damage. I cannot afford to remain in this combat for too long. If worse comes to worse, I can get them down to 10. Explosive Potion will kill him. So I'm playing kind of quickly, I know. My idea there was, yes, I'm going to take some damage, but I am going to get extra energy next turn to hopefully shred through his power with a whole bunch of attacks. And done. Oh, alright. So now you'll notice he drops the Emerald Key, which is the 3rd key piece I needed for my stuff. Now I can focus on... Ooh, Cloak and Dagger. 6 block plus 1 Shiv. Now I really need that Shiv artifact. Now I can focus on trying to build up my deck and gain relics. Gain 175 gold, but gain a week at the end of turn. That sounds good. I'll take it. The occasional week is going to be worth it until I can remove it. On those turns, I can just build up defense instead or something. Alright, so of course we'll start with Infinite Blaze. We'll strike, and we will strike. Alright, so, yep, there's that. Survivor. Discarding Doubt, so I don't gain any weak. Cloak and Dagger for 6 more defense. Shiv, and outmaneuver, so next turn I have extra energy. Alright. Take 36. Minus my defense. But at least for a while, this guy isn't going to do too much damage now. In fact, I can dash and deal with his damage. Shiv, Dagger Spray. Really am missing Kunai now, though, for all that extra dex. Alright. Now my turns could be about trying to build up shivs, build up damage, and try and take this target down before they fill up all 6 flames. The Hexaghost or whatever he's called. Strike, defend, shiv, shiv, survivor just in case. Neutralize. Alright, I'm gonna deep breath. I want to see what I draw off of it. Now it's like, do I want outmaneuver versus dash? Dash says 10 damage, outmaneuver sets me up more next turn. He's going to inflame this turn. I'm gonna set up for next turn. We'll hope that pays off. 2 energy, I should be able to get more than 10 damage to make up for the damage I lost. 2 shivs is 8 damage. I can play out my entire hand, that's something, against the Hexaghost. I still have 1 energy left over, so I think it paid off. Maybe. Alright, this is going to be bad, because I'm not going to finish the target off before they fill up the last slot. And the problem with that is now he is going to be able to start dropping burn pluses, plus the fact he's going to deal a lot of damage to me. And I'm going to have a week to make things worse. Thanks to that doubt, which, you know, it happens. Take 10. Did not draw a lot of defense. I would have liked to have a backflip or two for this deck. And you can sit there and say, well, why did you go for all those key pieces? Well, because I like to make things difficult for myself, I guess. I know I didn't have to. Oh, wow. I am dead. Alright, well. That sucked. What time? 1 hour, 36 minutes. I got time for another run. I'm going to go back to the Silent again on Ascension. Get mocked by this guy because I didn't get very far. I'll just go ahead and attain that. Oh, the Blood Vial. So 2 hit points per battle. Start with. Looks like this time I can face down the Elite fairly early on. Okay. Oh, Survivor is the better choice here. I can strike the 2 of these guys, and I mean, I could probably just done a triple strike on the back target and killed it. This is me just playing way too conservatively. Alright, strike, strike, neutralize, defend. Oh! I miscounted damage. I could have killed that back target. I'm going to take 2, which will be healed by the Blood Vial. Neutralize. I probably got weakened and forgot about that damage. I didn't add that damage into it. Alright, this time it looks like I'm actually going to draw some poison stuff. So I love poison. I'll go for poison. I could still build a more defensively oriented deck with poison. So we're going to do 2 strikes to kill that one. Survivor discarding any card. Apply 5 poison, neutralize, block, strike. Take 2. Alright, enemy is not attacking at all, which is great for me because I can now finish it off. I guess it wouldn't matter if he is attacking. Alright, leg sweep. Apply 2 weak, gain 11 block. For that kind of energy, though, I'm not a big fan of it. I'll take acrobatics over it because of the card draw. Alright. Let's see, I hate regret, so we're going to take the max hit points. Alright, enemy is not going to attack me this turn because they're buffing. They're going to cast their ritual first, so I get some damage in. Gain enough block to only take 1 damage. Neutralize to weaken. Apply deadly poison. Strike. And defend again. Alright, take 1 more damage and kill him next turn. He'll be at 1 frickin' hit point. I don't have any real 0 damage or 0 mana cards. I could have, you know, potentially drawn neutralize, but I think I just literally played it. So acrobatics wasn't going to get me anywhere. We'll take quick slash because, hey, it's better than strike and it draws me a card for the same cost as strike. So we'll take the golden idol, and I'm going to go ahead and become cursed with the injury card. Now we're going to go ahead and face down the elite and see what it is. It's the artifacts with Sentry, I guess is what they're called. With... Shouldn't they have an extra buff? I guess I shouldn't complain too loudly, but I was thinking they should have a buff. I'm going to go ahead and gain 2 energy. Let me look at the map. Yeah, I'm facing down... Now I really wonder what the problem's going to be. Because, if there's no obvious effects, maybe there's something that happens on death. Okay, we're going to Survivor discarding injury because, hell yeah. They got 10%, they got 10 plus max hit points. Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that. That's not a bad one. I mean, I'll take that over regen. Regen is going to usually heal them for far more than 10. Okay, we're going to quick strike. And regular strike. And then strike again. Alright, so, weak. We're going to do acrobatics, draw 3, discard 1. No, I'm going to discard a strike, because I'm probably not going to get to play them all, and I would much rather keep the dazed in hand, because the dazed will be ethereal, and they'll be exhausted. So I'll take 5, and not deal any damage, but next turn I'm set up to deal damage. Hopefully. I said next turn I'll be set up to deal damage. What do I got left in the deck? 1 dazed. But I do at least have a poison coming up, and the friend target has no artifact. So, well, my hand plays itself. Poison, block, take 8. Okay, neutralize, strike. Target will die to poison, not this next turn unless I can hit him. Well, if I hit him, he's going to die. And thankfully, they'll be attacking this turn. So I'm going to draw 3, discard a dazed, because I don't need a ton of them. Take 4. How many days do I have left in my draw deck? Just 1. How many days in discard pile? 5. Okay. Drew injury. What a big surprise. I know I didn't need the defense. I just like the idea of discarding a curse. It's like holding up a middle finger to the curse. Artifact wears off. That's good. So when I draw poison again, I'm set. Now I can play it slow but steady with this guy. Poison. Strike. Pass. Knock on wood here. I can beat this guy this turn. Draw 3, discard 1. Discard injury. Strike. Alright. Get the ninja scroll. At the start of each combat, add 3 shivs into your hand. Oh, I love that. I love it. I mean, if the shivs only deal 3 damage, it's an extra 9 damage every turn. The Emerald Key. Of course, the problem is I'll probably end up having to face the Time Eater. I don't like any of these cards. I know Bane could probably be good for poison type build, but I don't have enough poison to make it usable. Oh, they deal 4 damage each. Bonus! Hey, you know what, buddy? Poison ignores block. Eat it. Yeah, the shivs only get him for the first turn, unfortunately. You just keep that personal growth going, buddy. Alright. Two good choices. Double the enemy's poison, or gain 5 block and draw 2 cards. You know, Catalyst, I love it. I think the responsible choice to take Backflip, because it's good block. Now let's recall the Ruby Key. And let's go ahead and grab the Sapphire Key. Okay, Toxic Egg is not that bad of a card to or a relic to lose. Really? Seriously? Alright, fine. You get to live for another turn. Alright. Thanks to the vulnerable, I am going to take extra or take extra damage, so I'll take 8. You can thank your buddy for that one. Strike, strike, acrobatics, maybe I can pull like neutralize. Alright. If not, I just churn through my deck. Really do need to kill this guy this turn. There we go. Alright, Bouncing Flask. Upwards of 12 poison once it's upgraded. So we're going to start with a neutralize. We're going to shiv, shiv, shiv. That's all the free cards. Man. Going to defend, and I'm going to apply 9 poison. Take a little bit of damage. Take 4. Unfortunately, Silent really doesn't have any good healing cards. Unless you manage to pull, like, Reaper or something. Which I'm not even sure Reaper is a card. I think it's a Ironclad card, not Silent. Alright. Dead. Ancient Potion, yeah, whatever. Backflip again, yeah. Churn through my deck. Alright, let's look see what we got. We have the possibility, if I don't take too much damage this time, to go straight up, heal, face an elite, then heal again. It's very tempting. Of course, to do that, I'm going to have to try and protect myself as much as possible this time, but I still get a little bit of poison up. 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Let's see, 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 2 is, yeah, 15 damage over the course of 5 turns. Alright. No problem. Smoke bomb. Well, I guess in a pinch. I admit it, it's a sickness. I like Dagger Spray. It's straight up a sickness, because it probably is one of those cards I really should not be taking. I mean, with Envenom, it's not bad. It applies 2 poison, you get a Snecko Skull. I was able to stack a ton of poison using it. Alright, so we got Lagavulin? I got whatever this guy's name is. So, boom, boom, boom. Got him irritated, poison him, and strike him twice. Did 19 damage plus 5 poison. We're gonna block only 5 of it this time. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I do have a smoke bomb. I can run from the combat. I just won't get the relic. Deal 8, draw a card. Bouncing Flask would have been nice to have, but them's the breaks. Speaking of breaks, I think there goes my leg. Okay. He's going to do the Siphon attack, so I need to do some damage this turn, which I did. Siphon Soul, lose 1 attack, lose 1 dexterity, but Poison is unaffected by a weak. Or by strength loss. In fact, there's a flask. I'm gonna take the 18 and try and beat him down 1 turn quicker. All I need to do is deal 1 damage. Yep, there we go. And the poison will kill it. But I'll just go ahead and stab him to death. Matryoshka. Next 2 non-boss chests you open contain 2 relics. Okay, I'll take it. I'm gonna go ahead and discard the smoke bomb now because I won't need it for the boss. Add 2 shivs to my hand, or adrenaline. I like adrenaline. Gain energy, draw 2 cards, but exhaust it. Now I can heal, not quite to max, I know. I'll have 47 hit points from the boss thanks to the blood vial. Alright, so Hexaghost. Boom, boom, boom. I really don't need to use adrenaline for anything this turn, so I may use that speed potion this turn. Well, crap. Or maybe, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna poison. I don't actually have any defensive cards, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and take the full 18. But set up to 13 poison. Now we'll backflip to draw 2. Deal this. This does 8 damage over 6, so we'll use Jagger Spray for 2 more damage. Oh, I guess I didn't have enough defense. That's alright. We're gonna backflip, of course. We'll backflip again. Dagger Spray. I'm gonna take 2 from Burn, 10 from him. So I'm gonna take 2 damage total. Alright, so we're gonna neutralize. We're gonna draw 2 and play out a whole bunch of strikes for 24 damage total. Alright, Deadly Poison. Great time for it to show up when you should be buffing with Inflame. Drink that to gain 2 energy so I can Bouncing Flask. Poison is now up to 23. Still gotta survive a few turns though. 14 coming up. Backflip is nice. Acrobatics. Drop a burn off. Neutralize to weaken him to 10. And defend. I'll take 2. Man, this is gonna come down to the wire. Looks like I'll be using the speed potion next turn. And trying to stack defense, because he's gonna do what? 24. Of course, that may have been pointless if I just done that. I could have saved myself the potion. But that's alright. Live and learn. There'll be more potions. Okay. Again, another shameful admission. I really like the card Die, 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 and part of that is the name. Alright. Gain energy and discard 2 cards. If you would die, heal at 50% of your max hit points instead. Gain energy, but you can no longer rest. Oh, do I want extra hit points? I really like having the energy, the drawing. The only problem is discarding 2 cards means the likelihood of me playing out my whole hand is increased, because I'm going to have 2 fewer cards in hand to play. So card draw is going to be more important than ever. On the plus side, I can get rid of extra shivs the first time, if I need to. Probably not going to play Adrenaline the first turn. Later on, it will be useful for dealing with curses. Probably should have kept a defensive card. That's alright, though. I'll be hurting this time. 13 damage. Alright, I can get rid of Injury, for example. I can get rid of Strike. Deadly Poison. Defend. Acrobatics. Draw 3, discard 1. Well, I can't cast Balancing Flask, so that's a given. Backflip. And discard. Alright, take 6, but deal 5 in poison. I really could use some more poison cards, I think. Really? It almost seems pointless to even bother with defensive cards. Take 1. Well, looks like I'm taking more damage, so poison, dagger spray, strike, take 12, get him almost dead. And of course, this time I actually draw the defensive stuff. Wow, okay, well I'm not taking any damage this turn. That's for sure. And he will die to poison next turn, so I guess it all worked out in the end, right? Like the mathematician with constipation, he worked it out with a pencil. Yeah, I know, he's dead. I'm going to taunt him mercilessly with all the extra poison so he dies in agony. Excuse me, screaming agony. Bouncing Flask seems good. Hit up the shop. Let's see, poison stab prepared. For each curse in your deck, combat with 1 strength. Whenever you break an enemy's block, apply 2 vulnerable. Every 3 times you shuffle your draw pile, gain 2. Sure, why not? And we're going to remove a strike. The 2 extra dexterity, I don't think it stacks well enough. We'll hit another prepared up, why not? It looks like... Oh, I can get around that elite. Never mind, I was going to say it looks like I'm going to have to face an elite, but no. I'm a doofus. Okay, so we can discard an injury and a defense. Shiv, 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 strike, strike, acrobatics, discard survivor, strike. And I still did not get through his block. Okay, so we're going to get rid of adrenaline and defend. We'll neutralize, die, 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 and block. Hold on, Freya, come here. Alright, so we're going to discard Prepare and Quick Slash, and we're going to just dump a bunch of poison on him and take 20. But actually... Oh, only 15 poison. About to say, will I be able to stack enough poison to kill him? But no. The enemy dies next turn. Up, let's see. Yeah, I know. Almost pointless to do all this. but I feel better. Die! Alright, deal 9 damage, draw 1, discard 1. That's not bad. All enemies lose 6 strength this turn, exhaust. Let's go with Piercing Wail. I think it's a very good oh crap type card. Lose the Ancient Potion, gain a relic. You know, I feel pretty good with that. Of course, it's the die that only gives me extra energy if I have full hit points, so haha, joke's on me. Free shop when I have no money. So again, joke's on me. Alright, let's heal up here and hit some more question marks. Alright, so free money. I tried the Ritual Dagger. It's a fun card. I mean, 15 damage for 1 energy is nice, but it's exhausted and it takes too long to build up the damage on it, in my opinion. So I'd rather just take the money than take the instead of taking the damage. So I can actually lose the Blood Vial to remove all strikes and gain 5 bites instead, which is funny. If you have the Blood Vial, you're good. I am facing an elite. Well, hell in a handbasket. Merchant restarts all cards, relics, and potions, and reduced by 20%. Whenever I play a power card, heal 2. Now, can anybody guess how many power cards I have? If you said 0, you guessed correctly. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do it this way. I know this route is 2 campfires and a heal, but... or 2 question marks, 2 campfires and all that, but I really want the heal before I face an elite. This isn't too bad, I think. Now with Bite, I'm going to gain an extra bit of hit points off of this, which is nice. So, bonus. Okay, Kitty, you don't need to be laying on the remote control for the television. I don't need you shutting it off in the middle of a battle. That could be bad. I should have kept the other item. Oh well. I mean, this guarantees I take no damage, but I would have rather had the other card that I discarded, the backflip. I think it would have been better use of that stuff. Alright, so the front target's going to die to poison, which means I can focus on the back targets. Let's see. Repair does not actually offer me another card. Survivor is unnecessary. Go ahead, backflip to draw 2. Poison stab. Yeah, why not? What's adrenaline? See if I could draw something useful. Well, hell. That worked out pretty darn well. Alright, front enemy dies due to poison. Back enemy is going to rally. And he's a dick. Alright, die, die, die. Perfect time to draw it. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of Survivor. Okay, we're going to die, die, die first. That removes 1 target for the chance of poison. And then we'll go ahead and gain 8 block. We're going to get rid of the defenses, because I'm going to go ahead and poison the front target, which will kill it. And then I'm just going to bite the hell out of the back target, and hope he doesn't like it too much. Are you kidding me? You are really beginning to cheese me off here. Alright, so I'm going to take some damage. I'll take 10. I'm not sure why the game just lagged there, but okay. But those bites are really helping me get back those my hit points. If I can get them upgraded so they heal even more, that would be nice. Alright, so let's see. Prepared can go away, and I think Quick Slash can go away. We're going to neutralize the backhand target there. We're going to backflip twice. Dagger Spray, which really didn't do that much. I was hoping that'd be more effective, but it wasn't. So I'm going to take some damage. Hold on. Alright, done. That front target dies due to poison this turn. So, I have to hope most of the poison doesn't go to it, and of course over half the poison went to the front target that was dying anyway. Back target will die, and that's good because you'll make the other two guys run away. Alright, so we're gonna bite, because bite will heal me. And now he's dead. Alright. That kind of sucked, but oh well. Meat on the bone. If hit points are at 50% or less, you heal 12 hit points at the end of combat. That's a very good item. I like it. Prepared. Draw 2, discard 2, or dodge and roll, gain 6 block, next turn gain 6 block. I have a lot of card draw, so I'm going to go ahead and take the block. Okay, choose which of 120 cards add to my deck or heal 25 hit points. What does the map look like? I've got a monster fight, then I've got the collector. You know what? I'm going to add a card to the deck of my choice here. Because I was hoping to get something like Noxious Fumes, which I did. Let's look at the rest. We're going to take Noxious Fumes. That may bite me in the ass. We shall see. Okay, I can knock the front target out of the sky immediately. Adrenaline, acrobatics are going to be discarded. So Shiv, Shiv, Shiv. Die, die, die. Neutralize the back target. Piercing Wail. That'll eliminate all the damage I'm going to take. Poison Stab. Bite. Okay, one target is gone completely. Injury and defend go away. Not that it really matters, because I really can't use prepared for anything now. Okay, quick slash and a bite. We're going to defend, and then we're going to bite twice. So effectively, I'm only taking 1 damage because I gained 4. No, hold on. Let's play this smart. Bouncing Flask has to go. I need to stack defense this turn. Gain 5 dexterity. Well, gaining dexterity would have been nice if I thought about it. Up. But I think we can discard 2 days safely here. Although I could have dropped Survivor as well, but, you know, who cares? They're both dead cards in my hand this turn. I shouldn't have dropped. See, that's one of those situations. If I got cast Survival, I would have exhausted one of those cards. And this is the part that really sucks. I'm going to take 16, be at 4 hit points, and the target is going to live. Barely. Sucks to be me. Okay, you could give me a bite. Or 2. Yeah, they could, but they won't. Meat will give me advantage. I'm going to take Reflex, because I've got a lot of ways to discard cards, that's for sure. Okay, I won't need Piercing Wail. And I won't need Defend this turn, so... Start shivving, which yes is going to help him defend against it. We'll just discard adrenaline. Save it for later. Feebling spores, of course, because this guy's a butthead. Try and stack as much defense as I can, which isn't much because of enfeebling spores. Alright, my run may be coming to an end soon. Let's see. This better not be a parasite. Nope, more enfeebling spores. I can discard that one, which will give me a couple more card draws. Add 9 poison. Add 5 poison. Bite him, and then watch him die. Okay. Whew. That was alright. Let's take a dash. Do I need it? Probably not. Am I taking it? Sure. Alright, 32nd floor, Ascension 1, let's go after the Collector. I don't need Dash, I don't need Survivor. That's free. Bite. Poison Stab. Let's do Acrobatics, see if I can draw something more useful than Dagger Spray, like 1 less damage but heal 2 hit points. Could have used my energy. No, it's a defensive potion. That's right, speed for dexterity. Alright, 14 coming my way. If I piercing wail, that deals with the damage. So that's what we're going to do this turn. Allow me to try and set up that poison. That sweet, sweet poison. Oh, they actually still do 2 damage to me because I can't count. I swear to God, I'm not stupid. I just get ahead of myself. See, this is one of those situations where adrenaline is going to come in handy. So we're going to drink the potion. We're going to adrenaline. Cast die. Defend. Quick slash that second target because he's the weakest. Bite the second target. Apply 2 poison. Second target will die, which helps prevent some of the damage you're going to take. Discard Reflex. And prepared. We're going to apply the Bouncing Flask because reasons. We're going to dodge and roll. We're going to defend. I'm not going to backflip because drawing 2 cards would seem like a tease right now. Weaken me, but noxious fumes are building up my poison slowly but surely. The problem is surviving. I don't know that this is enough. I haven't done the math, but a quick look at it says I might survive with like 1 hit point. Yeah, 1 hit point. That didn't do much. Alright. Front target will die. I will survive with 1 hit point. He's doing 36 to me this turn. And I'm pretty sure I can't put up 36 points worth of healing or damage. So, I can bite his ass just to die. My damage output was lackluster that game. I got this far, though. Alright, I have been streaming and talking for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And it's getting toward my bedtime because I have work in the morning, so I think I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and sign off for the evening. I got my reject stuff done, started on Ascension stuff, So, getting somewhere, getting that progress going. I will be streaming again Friday night, 7 o'clock roughly Central Time. I'll upload this video to my YouTube channel, xparrot42, so you can go over there and watch it if you're interested in seeing it, my deck list, strategies, whatever. And otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight, and I'll see you later.